Alrighty, here we go. Let's go right into it. Welcome to our Thursday edition, which is now officially called Design Review. A little bit of a very famous, well known term out there, but this is what we're going to be calling our Thursday live design streaming sessions. We are going to be using these to be having different types of design reviews. Today, in particular, we just want to look at landing pages of SaaS businesses. In future, we'll be looking at things like portfolio design review and other stuff as well. Now, I know that the audio is a little bit noisy in the background, so I'm gonna try and stay behind, well, quite close to the mic, so that you can have the best experience, right? If you're new here, welcome. This is live design streaming sessions by Do Better UX, and we are, well, let me not say we are. I basically started this community company for us to be able to hang out like this, chill out. My name is Farima Henry, and I am a product designer based out of South Africa, and I like sharing knowledge and skills and things like that. So yeah, that is what Do Better UX is. Check it out. We're on LinkedIn. We've got a website. We've got a blog. We've got a podcast called Not a UX Designer with some really cool fintech stuff coming up. So let me not waste any time, because I actually didn't select what order or what fashion I want to go in today, right? When it comes to the landing page that I looked at. To stay to the theme, though, I wanted to stick to SaaS businesses. I'm just realizing something different with my setup here. So I'm moving stuff around a little bit. Cool. This guy doesn't need to be so big. Okay, there we go. Very big, very big. Cool. So I wanted to look at SaaS companies basically, and just explore on what are some of the good ones really doing. What are some of I don't know if they are terrible ones that we can learn from. But yeah, I wanted to use this as a learning experience and us to dig in into what does it take to build a good landing page for a SaaS product. What are some of these companies are actually doing, right? So I'm going to try and pick a flavor between some well-known companies like Miro, some of the things that I picked, even things like Figma, right? I'll refresh the pages as I go through them, so that I'll refresh the pages as I go through them, so that we don't we kind of have that first time loading experience, right? So let me go right into it and start going through these things again. If you're watching this after the fact, please feel free to share your comments, share your portfolio in the comment section. That way, I can pick it up in the next design streaming session, and I can add it to the part of the portfolios that I'll be doing a review on. I've done some of this in the type of content before, and I've seen it perform very well for me. It's like just over 100 views, but that's okay. I'm hoping that we kind of grow a little bit more, and we can bring you a little bit much more value on this channel, right? So let's get into it. So let me just refresh this guy here. So this is Miro, or Miro, whichever way you want to call it. And usually just accept the cookies because it gives you a much better experience of the website anyway. And right off the bat, there's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing on the top: product, solutions, resources, enterprise, pricing. Oh, okay. Is that two different things? Enterprise and pricing. Okay, I don't know what that would look like. And what is this? Digitize written handwritten stickies. Go into Mirror apps. Sign up for free. Call to action. We've got a little bit of a video here that's distracting me, so let's play it. See what it does. Doesn't look like it has any sound. Okay, so far it went so fast I lost the first two parts, and I don't know if it's just me, but I can't rewind it. Okay, let's just see the rest. Maybe get to a point where I can replay it or something like that. Okay, so this is weird. It's okay. So throwing some names here. Dell, some guy from Dell. Export to Jira or CSV. So, for a company like Miro, I know what the product does, but I thought it will be a little bit more robust and a little bit straightforward. Like we kind of like digitize handwritten stickies, instantly convert photos into editable sticky notes, CSV, or even Jira tickets. Okay, invite your team to and keep collaborating, going online for free. Okay. So I think it has changed quite a bit. I always used to look at Miro as a whiteboard tool when I used to do, a lot of design sprints in the beginning of the pandemic, the digital design sprints, right? Even before the pandemic, I also kind of like look after a lot of design sprints. So yeah, it's interesting to see that they've kind of morphed now into like kind of like a virtual white wall that you can kind of pull things in into Jira tickets and things like that. I guess it will work because you're not kind of like writing actual stickies, right? So it should be pretty cool. I just thought that there'll be quite a lot more on the landing page, and the call to actions for me is kind of like go straight into the app, and this is okay. So this is not part of the landing page anymore, but I thought that would just kind of like kick me right into the app, right? When I go sign in for free, um, there is always this experience of maybe we'll see the trend as we go that they want you to sign up so that you can use the product. I think you should let the users kind of like experiment with the product, capture the least amount of information, right? Like what should we call you, or what is your email address, or whatever it is, right? And then just proceed. So yeah, that's uh let me start a rating system as we do this, right? So I think I would rate uh, the the Miro website from just getting the message across, having the a video that kind of like only plays when it gets to the end. It goes pretty fast and can't really see what it says, right? It kind of like going left, right, up and down, right? I would give this, for a matured company like them, I would give this kind of like probably about a 2 out of 10, right? Purely because that I would expect so much more from them. I'm sure they haven't worked with only people from Dell, right? There should be other companies that they can put here, right? And yeah, let's go through the rest of the thing. I think not sure what this is. This is supposed to be the most powerful. This is a mirror board with like kind of okay. There isn't really pricing on the landing page, which is another thing that I would, kind of like say, why are you hiding that, but maybe we'll see more of this trend as we go through. Let's go to the next one. The next one is called Loom. Now, I'm not 100% sure what Loom is. Probably you do. I'm sure it's one of the big companies because I looked for like, best landing pages for SaaS companies, best SaaS companies, etc., etc. And that's how I got to the pages, right? And they just opened a bunch of them that I thought that would be quite interesting to look at just from a glance, mainly because some of them I knew them and some of them look pretty cool, like this one. So this one is got a lot of color. Is something that I like. I like the idea that there is, kind of like something that grabs your attention here, but not in a kind of like experience sense, right? But it really takes away from what the message is, right? So free screen recorder, okay, cool. So now it makes sense that there's that little lady there. Loom is a free screen recorder for Mac, Chrome OS. Okay, cool. Maybe I could actually try this. Okay, cool. Loved by millions. Cool. Screen recording simple. Just create more. I use OBS. Maybe I can start in this. Share video anywhere instantly. Edit effortlessly. Oh, okay. I thought that was some code. That's just video editing. Okay, cool. So this really gets into the details of the products. I really like this, right? It's easy to understand, right? I would have kind of like expected this type of easy to understand section by section, way of I know that it's a screen recording app. It's easy to edit in. You can actually share stuff in it, right? You can give feedback for the videos. I think this is what some of the testers and some of the teams that I work with are using currently at the moment. So ways to use Loom, communication. Now this gets really small, but I kind of like the fact that the videos are not explainer videos. I think it's a very cool, unique way to use videos, right? As just an animation, something that captures your eye and kind of brings character to the landing page. So I like that there is that component to this page, right? You kind of see the animation as a way to showcase the product and what you can actually do in the product. And it's not like the explainer video without sound that we can't control, go back and forward with a lot of text in there, right? So yeah, this is pretty cool. So I can see that it also works on mobile screen recordings, and there's kind of like call to action on almost every meaningful part. It's not like on every section, right? So it's really put in a place that okay, we've gave you more information. Now you can get the apps here. You can kind of like start downloading it for Chrome or trying it out for free, right? So I pretty like this. I really enjoyed this experience. So here's a little bit of some FAQs. Let's see if I can actually read this. Okay, cool. So some straight up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I like what they've done with this. Usually FAQs is usually just your accordion open and close text, title, maybe an image at the top. And this is what I was expecting from our friends over at Miro, but we're not gonna go back there. So yeah, this there are kind of trust indicators here with the people that they've worked with. The feedback, it's nice, and everything just has its own space that feels like it flows, right? So I like Loom. I would give Loom probably about an 8 out of 10, purely because I don't see the pricing on their landing page, and for me that is something that I usually don't want to click, to the next page to see what is the pricing for this thing. I want to, get right into it, right, to see what are these people saying, right? So usually it's this is the product, this is how it works, trust indicators, this is how much it costs. If it's gonna cost me anyway, don't tell me that it's free, right? Because there might be a free version, but I want to know what it actually takes if I want to take this up as a as a professional tool that I would use. So yeah, I'll give Loom a solid 8 out of 10, just because it's really easy to understand what the product actually does. I like the uniqueness of how they've used the animation in their landing page. It kind of brings their attention and highlights what the product does, right? I don't know what happened to the initial landing page that I was on. There we go. um, I just don't like how they've used it here. I would have put this moving lady maybe a little bit further down under the fold, because it kind of captures all my attention, right? When I start seeing this lady moving around, and only when I start reading here, everything is much more articulate. Um, I don't know if I like the center alignment of the writing here. It kind of feels a little bit better to read when it is, left to right type of text, and like when it's centered like this. So yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like this is much easier to read, right? And this is much easier to read because it's kind of anchored. But maybe that's just my my learning disabilities speaking there, right? So cool, great. Loom 8 out of 10. I really like this. I like the design language. I like how they've used the animation. So let's move on to the next one. And the next one is something that you probably know as well, which is Big Daddy Figma. I'm gonna call it Big Daddy Figma now because it's been acquired by Adobe, and yeah, why not? Talking about Figma, I want to know if you managed to attend config in person. How was that? Comments in the comment section wherever they comment. And if you didn't manage to attend it in person, did you manage to go through all the recordings? I think I watched about the first day or two, and some sessions I kind of like skipped through to specific things that I wanted to see. I wanted to see the developer view of it, how they are transitioning design into development, and how they're making those tools much better. Yeah, I thought they were gonna kind of really start building tools like Framer or Webflow right into Figma. So yeah, I was super excited to see if something like that was gonna come through. So let me know what you thought about config, and what are some of the things that you're most excited about that came out of it, that you've actually been using in your design process. Cool. So let's get back into this. So let me just log out so that I have kind of like the logged out experience, right? And I don't know if this is going to affect the view that I actually get. Let me know if you get a different view, if you've never logged in, if it's your first time, or if you actually do this in incognito. There's a big banner here that's capturing all my attention, and there's this thing that keeps on moving. I can't even, read what's happening, right? Here's the recorded talks from the conference. We'll check that out later. Figma for companies. Okay. Build break get products. What happened to Figma for normal people? There we go. There we go. So it's probably like on the landing page or something like that. How do you design, align, and build metas with Figma? Okay. Okay, so I don't think I've seen this new view of that they have here. So how you design, align, and build metas, do it with Figma. Okay, cool. I guess it really talks to somebody who might already know that this is a design tool. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that is really cool. So when I click this, it goes align, build, design. Kind of give me a preview of what the software looks like. So obviously, if you are a designer, you would be like, oh, okay, cool. This kind of like puts in a taste of Miro. We all understand, this type of layout from other tools like Sketch, etc., etc. And yeah, it's kind of cool that they've put it that way. Easy call to action. Get started for free. Get started. Again, let's see if we have any pricing on this page. Kind of like their header and how it looks like. There is a lot of movement down here, which maybe just for me because I don't know if I'm dyslexic or something like that. But yeah, it makes it a little bit hard to read. So again, I don't know where Miro went wrong with this. Companies you worked with, it's just easy. So it's a familiar pattern, right? And this is one thing that I always say about familiar patterns. It's good to kind of like innovate and get out of the box a little bit, right? But you don't want to do it so much that it's hard for people to actually articulate what you are trying to show them and say, because people are kind of like used to patterns and how these things come together in everyday experiences that they see, right? So I'm sure that there's many website users without even knowing what, you don't even need to have the text here. They know that these are the people that you work with. So yeah, showing the product right into the trust indicator, and then going a little bit more into the product. So design, co-create in one space, nice punchy line. Prototype, make designs feel real. I like that a lot. I'm not sure how I feel about what designers always do. It kind of like, zigzagging the images, right? It kind of feels a little bit monotonous if it's just, one, two, three, three different layers with, text and images, text on the left and images on the right. I get it, but I still don't know if there isn't any other better way to do it. I mean, I've seen this millions of times, right? I've done this hundreds and thousands of times, and I don't know if there's just any other better way to do it. So cool. We know that you can design, you can prototype. What is this dev mode? So this is something that's new, and I think a lot of people would want to figure this out. The contrast of the green and the blue. Ooh, it's crazy. The yellow is not too bad. The purple works. The green, I'm not sure. But that's, dev mode. So introducing dev mode, a new space in Figma for developers, bring clarity to designers, give developers the tools that they need to translate them into code. Okay, all right. So Tempted to know what they're gonna say about dev mode. Okay, design system. Oh, so design systems is a core part of Figma now, I guess. And FigJam. So again, you kind of like have a list with a product and disciplines. So design is a discipline, kind of like prototyping is, you know, a discipline. Dev mode is a feature. Design systems is kind of like, you know, a thing, a discipline, and then, you know, randomly FigJam. So it's kind of not um, um, a messy list, right? It okay. So I think we're seeing a trend here of pricing not being on the page. I don't know if that's something that people just don't do these days. Let's have a view. Okay, I'm gonna leave dev mode. Let's go back to the landing page. Oh, I don't want to try it. Please take me back to the landing page. Hello. Just take me back to the landing page, please. Cool. All right, so here we go with the rating. I like how they've done it. Again, like with Loom, I think it's very simple to understand what it is about. They've used this kind of like animations, not in video, but to illustrate what the product actually does, right? So similar style that they've, you know, really borrowed there. Again, maybe about I'll give this probably about a 7, right? I think the Loom one is much better. I think the design language here, I understand where it's going, but I think, you know, some of the color combinations fail each other, like the call to action on the, you know, green background. Again, not having pricing for me, I'm just going to take down points today for all of the people that don't have pricing. I don't know if we're going to see this as a trend throughout, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on taking points for pricing. I think you gotta have pricing on your landing page. If you have it in the tab at the top, it's one of the most important key things that people are trying to figure. They're trying to find out what it is, right? So yeah, super cool. I'll give this a solid 7, maybe a 7.5. Um, uh, I like it. I like the design language. Not so, you know, excited about it like Loom. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. And the next one being our friendly image editor, video editor, AI creation magic creative tool, Canva. A lot of people use Canva. A lot of people know Canva, and I think it has actually grown on me as well. Even I use professional tools like Figma and things like that. I stopped using things like Adobe and Illustrator. And with all this content creation, I found myself wanting to kind of, you know, create things on the fly, mix up quick videos and take them on social media, right? And the Canva has kind of like been a really easy, quick way to do that. I know if I probably like create proper design systems within Figma, it would be much easier for me to do that in there as well. But Figma doesn't have components like video, right? Which you can easily do video, image, and text pretty quickly within Canva, right? So let's go for it. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is the official landing page, but let's see. What do you want to design today? Sign up for free. Canva makes it easy to create and share professional designs. Okay, so it just says it's a design tool, basically, right? Again, we're seeing that trend of kind of, you know, animation just to illustrate what the product is about. I like how they've used it here because it's not so much text to read. It's just literally 2 lines of text to read. Sign up for free. Let's see if they have their pricing, because I can see that they're saying sign up for free here, but there's pricing and plans here. I'm not gonna get into it. But perfect for everyone. Canva free, Canva Pro, Canva for Teams. Again, how much is it, right? I would like to. This is great, but how much is it? Right, for individuals who want to do that. Okay, cool. I get it. It's from entry level to pros and teams. That is how you want to do it. Okay, educational and organization can enjoy. Oh, okay, cool. That's really cool. Educational organizations and nonprofits can enjoy Canva Premium features for free. That's great. I didn't know that. So, if you are an educational organization or a nonprofit and you like to use Canva, you can use it for free. I don't know if there's some way that they need. There probably is some way that they need for you to confirm your organization or your nonprofit, whatever it is, so that you can benefit from this. But I really dig the fact that tools out there still do this, because they understand that I wish they did this for kind of like new businesses as well, right? But I guess that's where you kind of like get the free one and the pro one if you really want to get into business. Again, trusted by well-known companies. No extra line needed there. We all know what that means. Miro. Ready-made designs. There's a lot of them built for teamwork. I didn't know that you can actually collaborate here. Set the whole team to manage brand assets. You can manage brand assets and things like that. Too good not to share. What is that? New website? Really? They build websites in Canva? Okay, so it's easy to share. I would have just said, easy to share with the world. Right. And then, okay, I got templates, browse templates. I guess this kind of like kicks you right into the experience, which is what I was talking about earlier on, is that, that should take you right into the product, and only once you've started building, right? Let's see what happens when I do this. Only when I want to start customizing, then I can, but now I can browse the templates. I can see what this thing actually has to offer, which is something, right? And only when I want to start utilizing the thing, right? I can start investing in it. We're full of surprises. Some best traits you might know about. Okay. All right, cool. So I don't know. I think this is like the blog. Again, no pricing here. I like this, simple and straightforward. To be honest, I'm gonna give this probably about a 7.5 again, similar to what I did with Figma's landing page. And my main reason for that is that I think for a design tool, I think they were really trying to go for the minimalism style and approach here, and I can see that with a lot of the white space that they've left out, right? I can see that with the simple and straight one-liner titles without any extra things, right? So there's very little text here. It's very easy to understand, right? But I feel like for a design product, they kind of left it a little bit too blank, right? But maybe because they let you play with Canva, I don't know if you can actually do that without signing in at all. If they do that, I will give them half a point just to get them to that 8, right? But that's only if they actually let you get into the experience, of which I think that is besides the point of the landing page itself, right? So if we're just rating the landing page, I'll give this landing page probably a 7.5. Very easy to understand, great use of animation. I think the color scheme, just the purple and the white, is good as well, right? But I feel like for a design tool, they kind of left it a little bit too minimal, if I should say. Okay, cool. So they actually let you, play around with the thing, get a tour without you signing in. So with this, that rounds up the Canva review. I'm gonna give it an 8, purely because they let you get right into the experience. I know it's not part of the landing page; it's a little bit of a cheat, but yeah, that's really one of the great ways you can actually get people to start using your product, get them hooked in on it. If you believe that you've got a good product, let people use it for free for a day or two or whatever it is, and then ask them to sign up. Right, that way they would have really experienced it. And managed to actually showcase what they need to do. Cool. So let's get back into it. I'm gonna go to the next one now. If you're enjoying this type of content, please do let me know in the comment section. And if you would like to have certain things on the design review, that will be streaming on every Thursday going from now. Please let me know. My name is Varma Henry on LinkedIn. I think we've got the links in the description. If not, you can check out the Do Better UX page on LinkedIn, and you can shout out there. Just put your request there, and we'll look into it. I wanted to look into Hotjar, but I'm gonna skip that. I want to get into more things that probably not so familiar, right? Or maybe quite niche things that might be kind of like difficult for me to understand and actually figure out what they are, right? So just browsing through a bunch of them, I'm gonna pick probably about another 3 or 4, and then we can jump into them and kind of do the same thing that we did with the first ones that we had, right? Cool. So I'm just gonna randomly pick at this point and jump into it, right? So let me go with Synthesia. A lot of synthetic stuff being built here. So Synthesia is an AI. I guess this came from when I searched some of the best startups. So initially I looked for best SaaS landing page. Now I'm kind of going into startup landing pages. And I don't know if you can actually call this SaaS, right? But yeah, I guess it is if you're gonna be creating videos and things with it, right? So yeah, let's get into it. So this one, I can see that it's the #1 AI video creative platform, which I call BS right from the gate, right? I think they're talking nonsense. How do you know? Who rated it? Who rated Synthesia to be #1? Is this even real? Is this some chat GPT generated text? Let me calm down. Okay, create professional videos without mics, cameras. Again, very little subtle thing. Oh,
hey, I'm Alex, and this is what an AI avatar looks and sounds like. Create a free AI video and see for yourself.
Not too bad, Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex, and this is what an AI avatar looks and sounds like. Create a free AI video and see for yourself.
Okay, so this guy's gotta create a video. I don't know if that takes you. I'm sure that takes you to a sign up page. Yep. Oh, does it? Oh no, it actually just lets you get into the experience. So that's pretty cool. Let's watch the product tour.
Hey, I'm Alex, and here's a quick Synthesia product demo. To begin, choose from a wide variety of fully customizable video templates. Then, select your preferred AI avatar. Now, type in text and
accent.
Okay,
Next,
so
start editing your video.
it's been a lot of these voice generating things on the market before AI came. We didn't call them AI because it was just put in the text. It's text to speech. Okay, it's text to speech. I'm not sure what AI part does, but yeah. Again, some trust indicators here by 50,000 plus leading companies. There's something that I don't. For teams who create training videos at scale. Okay, cool. Okay, I see how this could have helped me in my e-learning days. Creating videos, right? But again, 50,000. There's something that just doesn't sound, good about this. A lot of trust indicators. No pricing. Okay, kind of got it off the bat what it is about. I think there's a lot of sales pitch here. There's a lot of trust indicators, more of the avatars and options of the product that you can get, right? Easy updates. Okay, cool. I can integrate it with tools. Okay, cool. A little bit more trust indicators. Look, there's so much trust indicators, and at the same time, there's just crazy numbers that have been thrown here. Number one, trusted by 50,000 leading companies. I don't know, but I'm here to do a design review, not a fact validation. So from a design perspective, let's just go back to the screen. From a design perspective, I like how they used the clean element here, right? I feel like this was done a little bit better than what Canva was trying to do, right? Though pretty much very minimal white spaces, single primary color that's being used for the call to actions, right? And the call to action is clear, stays on the top. I like that there's a lot of trust indicators, right? If I wasn't a person who is skeptical, I definitely think this is probably one of the best landing pages that I've looked at today, right? And I like the fact that they're also taking you right into the software. But again, no pricing on it. So maybe an 8.5 for this. Maybe getting into a 9, somewhere there. Yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. This is just simply from clearly off the bat you really understand what the thing is. They have a nice interactive way of product showcasing this without getting you to play a video and things like that, right? So I like that part about it, that there is a lot of evidence of what the tool does before you even get into the pricing and things like that, right? So they definitely want to make you fall in love with the product first. Okay, so let's refresh this guy. Riplet. Make something great. Build software collaboratively with the power of AI on any device without spending a second or setup. That's interesting. Okay. Whoa. Alright, so they couldn't put anything better here. So what is this? Collaborate in okay, so it kind of like loses it in the animation there. Doing 20 million. I can say that there's 20 million software creators, right? Not 50,000 companies using your thing. This is a better stat that I could believe, right? Write code with Ghostwriter. I gotta take a screenshot of this. Just for an inside joke with some mates. Ghostwriter and AI pet programmer. Cool. Okay. GPT-4. I don't know what these things are. Okay, some trust indicators here. Code faster with AI. So this is a coding to you can build anything from with zero setup, instantly deploy everything. Okay. Create together wherever. So this is like a superpower tool for um, okay, learn while you build, get paid to create, get hired to tackle projects and okay, cycles, make your mark on the world as a builder. Okay, looks like you can get jobs here as well. Okay, all right, cool. Again, no um information on on pricing right up front, right? I like the above fold image, simple to read, straight to the point, with this crazy animation, right? Where they lose me is kind of like here. I don't know what these things are. Maybe just because I'm not a developer. And yeah, some cute animations here and there. I like how they use animations, very simple and clean. I could almost bet that this website was built by developers. Very basic. With the fact that I managed to actually get what the product is when it's not in my niche, right? I'll give it some credit for that. I think this is a very simple to read landing page. I'll give it an 8.5 purely because there's no pricing, and I think the design is yeah, the it's quite minimal. However, I think there is some level of business to it. Um, Maybe I'm just not a big fan of it. So yeah, I don't think the dots make it destructive to read at all. I think you know you can still read while a white dot is whooshing by. Uh, but yeah, let's move on to the next one. Some grab. Some grab. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. These guys are still in Pride Month, or maybe it's just um, you know, supporting the community. Big supporter, by the way. Peace. Um, cool. So let's see what this is. So I see a trend clearly here of micro animations, kind of like looping micro animations, right, across these websites as a way to showcase, create animation and things like that. I found it a little bit destructive, honestly, but especially when there's a lot of text to read around these animations. But yeah, let's see. So powered by some grab open source. Code analyst at ludicrous speed. Okay. Find bugs, dependencies, variables. Okay, cool. Scans, blah blah blah. Start scanning for free. Okay. Okay. Some companies that use it, and then there's a long break in between, and there's more companies that use it. Built for modern development workflows. Okay, cool. You can see that this landing page was kind of like built last. Look, I'm not. I don't have anything. Uh, um, I don't have any gripes with building the landing pages last, right? But yeah, you can see that this was kind of like, okay, we've built the product. Here we go. Very amateur. A lot of text in this block here. Okay, works with that. Scale your security system. Okay. Now some stuff starts getting weird here with the micro interactions. This one has got a video component. Guessing this one they want you to be able to take it back. I can imagine this these conversations happening within the team, right? It's like, okay, cool, we're building this landing page here, you can just use an image, but yeah, no, for this one we gotta have a little bit of an interaction. The other one should be a video, etc., etc. Yeah, I think maybe this could make sense to uh people who are within this market a little bit much better, right? Look, I think it's a half decent landing page. This looks like something that I could have downloaded as a template and kind of like just put together. I don't see a lot of trust indicators like the people that actually use it. Only kind of hoping that these are some of the companies that they work with, right? Because now I see that there's kind of like platforms that um, works with the software as well on a framework level. So yeah, not digging this one. This looks very basic. I'll give this probably a two out of 10, like the Miro one. Let's move on to the next one. Woo! All right, we're almost by the hour, so I want to cap this as we get through this. So maybe this will be my last one. Let me just flick through this one and see if there's something totally different. Let's do this one. It looks like a totally, but I'm speaking SaaS, right? Okay, let's see what this thing is. Cool. So this is Aketa. Okay, for wellness business owners. I think this is gonna be my last one, guys, for today. Before I close up for the stream. So yeah, if you are watching this, thank you so much for chilling with me right to the end, and I hope that I've managed to give you some insight, and we've learned something around, what are the common things, probably design trends and things like that, right? So let's just see what this last one is about, and then we close off the stream for today. So this is for wellness business owners. Grow beyond running a model business. You can sell everything from in-person classes. Okay, I'm still not sure what it is. Okay, businesses using this. Okay, so it looks like it's some proprietary gym wellness software that you can, off-the-shelf software, right? A single dashboard makes it easy for studios to sell anything. Okay, cool. So it's like a software with a dashboard. Okay, cool. Save time, spend less, mobile first. Branded apps. Again, this looks like the previous kind of like landing page, something that was kind of just whipped together from a quick template, right? Grow your revenue. I think this would speak to the target market though, right? I don't think they have enough trust indicators, the people that are using them, right? And yeah, it really feels like a WordPress website template. Let's see. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're just hiding the admin page, but it looks like a WordPress template. Doesn't get into kind of like what the thing actually is, right? For wellness business owners, what is for wellness business owners, right? um yeah, they've got like wellness images around here, but I think I would have found it useful to actually see more images, like the actual app interface itself, or kind of like how this thing works, right? So this one, I'm gonna give it probably about a 3 out of 10, because I think it looks slightly better than the other ones that I've gave a 2. And yeah, I think it's quite interesting seeing the vast differences of approaches to design when it comes to different markets, industries, and kind of like what's important. And I think this comes from the fact that if you're looking at SaaS companies, there's probably a lot of designers and developers who are starting those companies. Whereas if you look at something like a caretaker, is probably started by somebody who is a salesperson, a gym owner, or somebody within that space, right? And you can kind of see the influences of the different markets and kind of like backgrounds within these websites, and how people, how these companies actually execute on them, right? And I think the biggest lesson today is that we've seen some trends, right? Definitely, a lot of websites are looking at kind of like micro little animations on the landing page to bring things up to life. I think I'm actually gonna steal that one in a project that I'm working on, that I'll be launching soon. Maybe I'll talk about it on the channel or not. Um, and Yeah, another thing is, don't follow kind of like basic looking templates, right? I think there's a lot that you can do to kind of bring your product out, showcase what it does. Again, another important thing is, for me, is that I haven't seen pricing on these people's landing pages. I don't know if that's a trend or there is reasons for why that is. If you know why, please let me know in my DM or in the comment section. Right. But yeah, this was a really cool one. I have not enjoyed a design streaming session like this one in a very long time, and I'm looking forward to having the upcoming one next week, right? So Tuesdays are for topical discussions, and Thursdays are going to be our design streaming sessions. And I'm looking forward to catching you next week, Tuesday, in the next live streaming session. Between now and then, please feel free to engage with myself on LinkedIn. Feel free to engage with the community via our Do Better UX page over on LinkedIn as well. Check out our blog on dobetterux.com. I will be posting a very cool article about something that I've covered in the previous live stream, and that is the most economical way to validate your idea with the least investment on design and writing any code, right? So if you watch that, or you didn't watch that but you are more of a reader, look out for the post, sign up to the newsletter, listen to the podcast. Not a UX Designer is the name of the podcast. It's available on all the channels wherever you listen to your podcasts on. So yeah, until the next one, thank you so much, guys. I've really enjoyed this session. I'll be catching you in the next one.